Welcome back to Golden Greats. For millions of people, The Sound of Music isn't just a film. It's a memory of family, childhood, and simpler days that seem farther away with every passing year. The songs still sound the same. The story still warms our hearts. But many of the beloved stars who brought this timeless classic to life are no longer with us. Join us as we revisit the cast of The Sound of Music then and now, and the real stories behind one of Hollywood's most beloved musicals. Maria was played by Julie Andrews, who was born in 1935 in Walton-on-Thames, England. She was 29 years old when the series began in 1965. With her warmth, optimism, and unforgettable voice, Maria became one of the most beloved characters in movie history. As of 2026, Julie Andrews is 90 years old. Beyond The Sound of Music, she starred in classics including Mary Poppins and The Princess Diaries, earning a place among the most admired performers of her generation. Few movie characters have inspired audiences quite like Maria. More than 60 years later, Julie Andrews still represents the joy, kindness, and hope that made The Sound of Music timeless. The Baroness was played by Eleanor Parker, who was born in 1922 in Cedarville, Ohio. She was 42 years old when joined the series. With her elegance, confidence, and quiet sophistication, the Baroness brought complexity to one of the film's most memorable relationships. Eleanor Parker died in 2013 at the age of 91 due to complications from pneumonia. Long before The Sound of Music, she earned 3 Academy Award nominations and built a distinguished Hollywood career. Not every memorable character wins the audience's heart, but the Baroness remains impossible to forget. Eleanor Parker's performance added depth to a story generations continue to cherish. Max Detweiler was played by Richard Haydn, who was born in 1905 in London, England. He was 60 years old when on the show. With his humor, charm, and love of music, Max brought warmth and lightheartedness to some of the film's most memorable moments. He passed away in 1985 at the age of 80, following a heart attack. Beyond The Sound of Music, he enjoyed a long career in film, radio, and television, often portraying witty and eccentric characters. Some characters make us laugh, while others make a story feel alive. Max Detweiler did both, helping bring a little extra joy to a film audiences still treasure today. Mother Abbess was played by Peggy Wood, who was born in 1892 in Brooklyn, New York. She was 73 years old when into the film in 1965. With her wisdom, compassion, and unforgettable performance of Climb Every Mountain, she became one of the film's most inspiring figures. She passed away in 1978 at the age of 86 after suffering a stroke. Long before The Sound of Music, she was a respected Broadway and television star with a career spanning decades. Whenever audiences hear Climb Every Mountain, many still think of Mother Abbess. Her message of courage and faith remains one of the film's most powerful memories. Liesl von Trapp was played by Charmian Carr, who was born in 1942 in Chicago, Illinois. She was 21 years old when into the role in 1965. With her youthful energy, romance, and unforgettable performance of 16 going on 17, Liesl became a favorite among audiences. Charmian Carr passed away in 2016 at the age of 73 due to complications from dementia. Although she later worked as an interior designer, fans never stopped associating her with Liesl. For many viewers, Liesl captured the excitement and uncertainty of growing up. Her story remains one of the most beloved parts of the film. Louisa von Trapp was played by Heather Menzies-Urich, who was born in 1949 in Toronto, Canada. She was 15 years old when into the film in 1965. Known for her playful spirit and mischievous smile, Louisa added fun and personality to the Von Trapp family. Heather Menzies-Urich passed away in 2017 at the age of 68 after battling brain cancer. Outside The Sound of Music, she continued acting in television and film throughout her career. Every family has someone who keeps life interesting, and Louisa filled that role perfectly. Her playful energy still brings smiles to audiences today. Friedrich von Trapp was played by Nicholas Hammond, who was born in 1950 in Washington, D.C. He was 15 years old when the film premiered in 1965. With his maturity and sense of responsibility, Friedrich stood out among the Von Trapp children, now is 75 years old. Besides The Sound of Music, he became known to another generation of fans through his role as Peter Parker in the Amazing Spider-Man television series. As the children grew throughout the story, Friedrich often seemed ready to step into adulthood. That journey remains relatable to viewers of every generation. Kurt Von Trapp was played by Duane Chase, who was born in 1951 in Los Angeles, California. He was 14 years old when The Sound of Music premiered in 1965. With his cheerful personality and memorable singing performances, Kurt became an important part of the film's musical charm. Today, Duane Chase is 74 years old. After the film, he largely stepped away from acting and later pursued a career in science and education. The Sound of Music was built on family harmony, and Kurt's voice helped create some of the moments audiences continue to sing along with decades later. Marta Von Trapp was played by Debbie Turner, who was born in 1956 in Arcadia, California. She was just 9 years old when the series began in 1965. With her innocence and bright personality, Marta helped capture the warmth that made the Von Trapp family so lovable. Currently, Debbie Turner is 69 years old. Following the film, she pursued a successful career outside Hollywood while remaining connected to fans of the classic movie. Some of the sweetest moments in the film came through the younger Von Trapp children. Marta remains one of those cherished memories. Gretel Von Trapp was played by Kym Karath, who was born in 1958 in Los Angeles, California. She was just 6 years old when joined the series in 1965. As the youngest Von Trapp child, Gretel won hearts with her innocence, sweetness, and unforgettable smile. As of now, is 67 years old. Although she appeared in several television and film productions, Gretel remains the role most audiences remember her for. Sometimes the smallest voices leave the biggest impression. Gretel's charm helped make the Von Trapp family feel real, warm, and unforgettable. Sister Margareta was played by Anna Lee, who was born in 1913 in Kent, England. She was 52 years old when on the show premiered in 1965. With her kindness and quiet support for Maria, Sister Margareta became one of the convent's most beloved figures. Anna Lee passed away in 2004 at the age of 91 after complications from pneumonia. Her remarkable career included more than 6 decades of work in film and television. Not every hero stands at the center of the story. Sister Margareta's gentle encouragement helped shape some of the film's most meaningful moments. Sister Berthy was played by Portia Nelson, who was born in 1920 in Brigham City, Utah. She was 45 years old when The Sound of Music premiered in 1965. With her strict outlook and memorable disapproval of Maria's free spirit, Sister Berthy added humor and contrast to the convent scenes. She died in 2001 at the age of 80 after battling cancer. Beyond acting, she was also a respected singer, songwriter, and author. Every great story needs different voices, and Sister Berthe provided one audiences never forgot. Her presence helped make the convent feel authentic and alive. Herr Zeller was played by Ben Wright, who was born in 1915 in London, England. He was 50 years old when The Sound of Music premiered in 1965. With his stern demeanor and imposing presence, Zeller represented the growing political tension surrounding the Von Trapp family. He died in 1989 at the age of 74 from cancer. Throughout his career, he appeared in film, television, and voice acting, earning recognition for his versatility. While audiences remember the music and romance, Herr Zeller served as a reminder of the real-world dangers that shaped the family's journey. Rolf was played by Daniel Truhitt, who was born in 1943 in Sacramento, California. He was 21 years old when The Sound of Music premiered in 1965. With his youthful charm and performance of 16 going on 17, Rolf became one of the film's most memorable young characters. At present, Daniel Truhitt is 82 years old. Following the film, he continued performing and remained closely connected to fans of The Sound of Music for decades. Rolf's story showed how quickly innocence can collide with difficult choices. That emotional conflict remains one of the film's most powerful themes. Frau Schmidt was played by Norma Varden, who was born in 1898 in London, England. She was 67 years old when Into the Role premiered in 1965. With her loyalty, warmth, and practical wisdom, she became a trusted member of the Von Trapp household. She passed away in 1989 at the age of 90 from natural causes. Her long career included appearances in many classic Hollywood films and beloved television productions. Some characters quietly hold a family together behind the scenes. Frau Schmidt's devotion helped make the Von Trapp home feel welcoming and complete. Sister Sophia was played by Marni Nixon, who was born in 1930 in Altadena, California. She was 35 years old when The Sound of Music premiered in 1965. With her gentle presence and beautiful singing voice, Sister Sophia added warmth and harmony to the convent scenes. She died in 2016 at the age of 86 after battling breast cancer. Known as Hollywood's most famous singing voice, she provided vocals for stars in films including The King and I, West Side Story, and My Fair Lady. Though audiences often heard her more than they saw her, Marni Nixon's voice became part of the magic that made movie musicals unforgettable. Baroness Eberfeld was played by Doris Lloyd, who was born in 1896 in Liverpool, England. She was 69 years old when The Sound of Music premiered in 1965. With her aristocratic presence and refined demeanor, she helped bring authenticity to the world surrounding the Von Trapp family. Doris Lloyd passed away in 1968 at the age of 71 by heart failure. Her career spanned silent films, Hollywood, classics, and decades of television appearances. The Sound of Music is filled with memorable faces, and Doris Lloyd represented a generation of performers whose elegance helped define classic cinema. Brigitta Von Trapp was played by Angela Cartwright, who was born in 1952 in Cheshire, England. She was 12 years old when Into the Film premiered in 1965. Known for her intelligence, honesty, and sharp observations, Brigitta often seemed wiser than her years. This day, Angela Cartwright is 73 years old. Besides The Sound of Music, she also became well known for Lost in Space and remains active in creative and artistic pursuits. Among the Von Trapp children, Brigitta often noticed what others missed. Her thoughtful nature helped make the family feel even more real to audiences. Captain Georg Von Trapp was played by Christopher Plummer, who was born in 1929 in Toronto, Canada. He was 35 years old when The Sound of Music premiered in 1965. With his strength, dignity, and powerful transformation throughout the story, Captain Von Trapp became one of the film's most unforgettable characters. He passed away in 2021 at the age of 91 following complications from a fall. Beyond The Sound of Music, he enjoyed an extraordinary career spanning 7 decades and won an Academy Award at the age of 82. When audiences remember The Sound of Music, they often remember a family finding its voice again. Christopher Plummer helped bring that journey to life, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire generations. The years may have changed these faces, but the memories they gave us remain timeless. Share your favorite Sound of Music moment in the comments, and subscribe to Golden Greats for more journeys through the stories that shaped generations.